Do you have TikTok, Joseph?
And on my clock.
On your phone?
My phone would go TikTok all the time. No, sir.
Neither do I. But you can access TikTok videos through the website, which I sometimes I do, which I find entertaining. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot of information that is offered through TikTok.
Is there?
Yeah, some good, some bad.
I didn't know that. All I've ever seen is girls doing like the hands dance for Wednesday Addams and stuff.
Well, that's because that's what they want you to see. The Chinese Communist Party wants you to see that, right? So the parent company of TikTok is basically a functionary of the Chinese Communist Party. They can deny it all they want, but that is what they are. Nevertheless, I think it's called ByteDance is the name of the parent company, right? And actually, if you go back in the history, there was the person actually started ByteDance was I don't want to say an agent of the Chinese Communist Party, but was kind of somebody who participated in the Chinese Communist Party.
An agent of. I think it is the definition of it.
Nevertheless. So what TikTok does is it siphons off of your personal information, that whatever flows through your cell phone. So if you enter a credit card number to pay for something on Amazon, TikTok will siphon that information off. And when you're asleep at night and it'll constantly update the TikTok server with that information, and then it'll go back to ByteDance, and then it goes back to the Chinese Communist Party.
My information?
Yeah, well, whoever has it on, whoever's using TikTok on their cell phone. Now, I know that sounds horrible and just sinister beyond belief, but let us not forget, Edward Snowden revealed to the world that the NSA was already doing that.
Yeah.
And so if you think that by getting rid of TikTok, you're somehow preserving or protecting your personal information, you're not. Because let us not forget, all Apple phones are made in China. Okay. Mm-hmm. Apple has a large subsidiary in China. So Apple is partnered with the Chinese Communist Party. And nobody has ever really investigated or revealed all of the intellectual property transfers that have been conducted between Apple and the Chinese Communist Party. Mm-hmm. So, you can't just say, okay, well, if we ban TikTok, we're all safe. And especially not with this legislation, because if you actually read the legislation, what it does is it gives the federal government the broad authority to ban any social media platform they find to be, quote unquote, a danger to the health or the safety of the public.
Okay.
Well, what does that mean? They use such broad terms that the power becomes so intense or immense on the shoulders of the federal government to take whatever adverse action they want against anybody, and it's the ultimate form of censorship. They can just wipe your software off the map if they want. So, for example, let's say the FBI doesn't like Rumble. Right. There's too much information on Rumble and they just don't like it.
Too much free information.
Right. So what they'll do is they'll go hire an agent, an informant, right, under the table, and they'll say, hey, we want you to make contact with the Chinese Communist Party. We want you to become an agent of the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, I'll do that. And then we want you to break into the Rumble server, and we want you to download, this packet of information onto the Rumble server, and it'll be, some Chinese characteristic bug or program or virus that they want downloaded to the Rumble server. Okay, and this FBI informant will do that, and then magically a month later, the FBI will discover Chinese viruses on Rumble that have turned Rumble into an agent of the Chinese Communist Party. Rumble will be sitting there going, no, we're not an agent of the Chinese Communist Party. Well, then explain to us why these Chinese programs are on the Rumble server. We don't know. We didn't put them there. Well, we found them there. You're a threat. Rumble's gone.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they'll do. And that this legislation will give the government the power to do exactly that.
The Republicans want to do this, right?
Yes.
I mean, do they not know that when the pendulum switch swings the other way, that this will be perverted to just like
Well, I don't think that's what we're witnessing.
Into a horrible weapon.
Right. Well, so what I think we're witnessing is, you recall that if you, the old line, if you stare into the abyss for too long, you become the abyss, right? And I think the people in power of our government have been staring into the abyss of the Chinese Communist Party for so long, they are becoming the Chinese Communist Party. They are becoming like the Chinese Communist Party.
Definitely.
And I think they like it. I think they like the power that China has and China exercises over its people, that they are mimicking it. And I think they're doing it without even realizing it. And
well, I think they realize it. I mean, they're not trying to emulate the Chinese. They're not trying to what they're trying to do.
I believe they are absolutely trying to emulate the Chinese.
Well, no, they're not. I don't think so. I think they're trying to control. And they're like I've told you before, and I think there's two kinds of people: those who want to control, and those who just want to get along with their life. Okay, and these people, they want to control everything about you. Everything. So anyway, that's my.
No, okay, so I understand that, but what I'm suggesting is any legislation that gives the power to the government to extract or remove from the internet any particular social service or social medium will give the government to remove all social mediums from the internet. If they can remove TikTok, they can remove whatever they want. If they can remove TikTok, they can remove Rumble. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the direction they're going in.
And my point was, don't the Republicans realize that this will be used the other way to anybody who's got a conservative website or a platform?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everything.
Well, we saw what happened to Parler, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Parler had at least the legal tact to be able to try to bring themselves back when Amazon took them off the Amazon server. They still had a contract with Amazon, and they could still go to court to try to enforce that contract. Mm-hmm. But what this legislation would do is, if somehow magically Parler was labeled a threat to the public for whatever reason, right? Well, then that contract with Amazon becomes unenforceable, right? It becomes de jure, the kind of that de jure exception, or I guess what I'm trying to say is the contract would be dissolved by the government.
I assume when people think it was soup.
Right, I understand that, but
that was a joke.
Yeah, no, that's the direction I think they're going in. They want to eliminate their political opposition. This legislation to remove TikTok is going to give the government the power to remove whoever they want.
Yeah, and the reason that it's worded so, like you say, subjectively,
so broadly.
So broadly. Okay, that's the reason why, is so they can apply it to anyone at any time.
Yes. Now, if you are on TikTok and you choose to, ride that pony, I'm okay. I mean, if you're free to do so. If you want the Chinese Communist Party to have access to your information on your cell phone, I mean, maybe you're just a housewife and you don't do anything other than pay your bills, right? You're not a threat to anybody. You're not. There's nothing that the CCP is going to get from you that is of any consequence, and you don't care. And you're, you know what? I just want to use TikTok because I like it. You're free. It's America. You're free to do so. But just so that you understand exactly what's going on, your relationship with TikTok is completely disclosed and defined. So be it. Because there is a lot of information that does come out on TikTok that I have always found very interesting, and it's not like YouTube Shorts, which are dissected or very limited in time. But TikTok allows you actually more time than that, and so. There are a lot of people who have the opportunity to share information through TikTok that they might not otherwise have on any other platform, because YouTube likes to censor people and censor a lot. They do. So with the advent of things like Rumble, however, we're starting to see an ulterior or an alternate social medium rise up that can provide people information and an ability to communicate that can't necessarily be controlled by the government. And I think that's their ultimate target. I don't think they really give a damn about TikTok.
No, they just want to control.
I think what they want is the ability to censor the internet, period. And I think ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to go after Rumble and they're going to be very sinister about it, and the Republicans are going to open the door for them. And this is one of those instances where, you know, the Democrats couldn't do this because there's just too much negative light on the Democrats for all of the insanity that's been going on as far as inflation and supply chain crisis and Joe Biden and all the other stuff that, you know, have been shoved down our throats that people are rejecting. So the people in power decided to go to the Republicans and say, hey, we need to have the power to remove these things from the internet. So TikTok, let's get
Start
rid
with
of
that one.
Okay. And then all the dutiful Republicans are nodding their head. Yes, we need to get rid of TikTok. When that's really not
They're going to open the door for them.
Yeah.
Just like the police did on January 6th at the Capitol.
Right.
Open the door.
Yes. And then all those people went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's open the door. Go into the Capitol so we can put you in jail.
Put you in federal prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. The government is insidious.
It's evil.
Evil. DOJ
Just
is
call it
evil.
what it is. It's evil. We're living in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all the same thing. Whether it's the Roman Empire and the control they exercised on their citizens, the Soviet Gulag system, the Chinese Communist Party, Cuba. It's all the same thing. It's just control.
We are now Soviet America.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are. That's the Union of Soviet Socialist States of America. That's what we're living in right now.
Mm. All right. Thank you. My stomach hurts now.
Yeah, I want you to chew on that one. All right. Tell us what you think. Comment below. TikTok or no TikTok? That is the question. But more importantly, to censor or not to censor is the better question.
Exactly.
If you're going to live in a free country, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yep.
But you got to do it with information.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have information about TikTok that you think makes it a danger, okay, fine. You can't have it on government cell phones. Okay, fine. So if you work for the government, you have a government cell phone, you can't put it on a government cell phone. Great, I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Personal people, private citizens, personal cell phones, I don't want the government anywhere near them.
Yeah, me either. At all.
Period. End of story. Tell us what you think in the comments below. We appreciate what you have to say, and we'll see you in the next video.